What's up, Sparkman family? It's your boy Sparkman, and welcome back to another Market Watch. Today we're talking about bouts and things we're expecting in the 2025 Megatons. So you better sell some of those cards before it's too late. But before we get to all that and so much more, I do got to give the reminder that we are picking a winner for our Justice Hunters giveaway at 1 p.m. today. It will be posted on YouTube, so make sure to stay tuned to that. And I am announcing a mega giveaway to welcome in August here, as it is August 1st. We're doing an entire case of the Megatons. Yes, we're giving away an entire case of the Megatons to one lucky person. We're picking a winner at the end of August. This is open worldwide, everywhere. So make sure to definitely hit the subscribe button, like today's video, and comment in the comment section anything you want to be entered to win. This is going to be one of our mega giveaways for this year. It's a summer special, baby, and this is going to be a definitely one to be a part of, as we already had amazing reprints announcements already, and I'm expecting so much more in these Megatons. So definitely hit that subscribe button, like today's video, and comment. That way you can be entered to win. But yeah, man, this has been incredible growth so far we've been seeing on the channel. I'm very thankful. Like, you have no idea. The past few months, even weeks, have been incredible for the channel. So thank you everybody for supporting the channel. I'm so appreciative of the growth we've had so far. I can't say that enough. But yeah, man, let's get to today's market watch, because that's why you're also here. And let's talk about the market, especially Justice Hunters, because man, pre-sale is over and we're live on the sales. One thing I'll note and say this: wait a little bit longer for a lot of these listings to populate a bit more, because obviously you have a lot of people still waiting to open their cases, their boxes, to post things up for sale. Stores especially, some were delayed in shipments as well, so just keep that in mind, as well as more things will get posted over time. I will say, for the most part, from what we're seeing here on everything Just Hunters related, it seems very affordable. I know that a lot of things were pretty, I don't want to say easy to pull, but it was very fair to pull from what I've seen in a lot of videos. So these prices are really speaking to the volume of that. But then keep in mind, everybody, these all are going to be really high in price at some point, because these are all archetypes that are getting more support in the incoming sets, and these archetypes are already really good. They're amazing. So just keep that all in mind as you're purchasing these high rarity cards, right? High rarity Starlight Rares. I always I have to do the quotation marks, everybody. We know how we feel about QCRs and Starlight Rares. They're fake high rarity cards, but I get the high rarity standpoint that you want a shiny card in your deck, an extra deck as well. So with that being said, these cards will go up because there will be buyouts, especially for these meta cards. So just keep that in mind. The CRs are something, I always say it, I don't really recommend it. Go with your Starlight Rares, go with your QCRs. The CRs are just, they're very, very, very diminishing rarities and price values over time. They just do so bad in the market. I just don't recommend it, because unless you're a real fan of it and you don't care about spending money right now on these, then go for it. But if I were you, I would go a different direction besides CRs, because they just tend not to be really well priced in the market, especially in your favor. They either tend to go high in price, and then they drop down 100 to 0 within like a few days, and then you get screwed over as well. So that's why I'm just not trusting of CRs. They're just such a volatile rarity. But again, I know that we have a lot of people that like collector rares. It's just not one of those rarity that is beloved by all, right? So just keep that in mind as you're moving forward. Ultra rares, it's incredible to see how affordable these ultra rares are. And again, these yummy cards, Dracotail and K9, are going to be all amazing archetypes. And the fact that we're seeing prices for literally some of them $10 and below right here, and then even $15 and below, I think that's pretty incredible for an archetype, right? Your only expensive card out of the site is K9 Izuna, right? That's your only expensive card out of the set. And to be honest with you, for an archetype that's supposed to be meta, really tier 1, and all this fun stuff that we've been talking about for months now on end, this is great. This is great prices. So either Konami is getting it right, or the community does not know how to price their cards. It's one or the other. But with that being said, you gotta take advantage of these prices, right? If you want to play Yummy, but these are definitely the prices you want to pick them up at. Could they go even cheaper? Well, who knows? Again, one of the things that we've talked about is that the listings are probably going to populate even higher than this. But for the most part, this is pretty incredible. I love what I'm seeing so far, and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy seeing what they've seen so far in terms of price points for this set. Again, it is easier to come by a lot of these cards because you're getting, I think it's 4 ultra rares, so you're getting a lot of ultra rares in this set, especially. But I just think it's, for what this set is and how we've been hyping it up, and how the community and competitive players have been hyping this up. This is really affordable. Like I'm impressed, to be honest with you. And just the super rares too, they're pretty well priced as well. You have some super rares that are on the higher end here as well, so just keep that in mind. So if you are opening up just hunters, keep in mind that your super rares could be a little bit above $1, and that's always nice, right? Always nice to get a little bit price point in your favor, especially for a super rare. So just keep that in mind as you're moving forward. One thing to talk about that we've talked about a lot when Infinite Forbidden came out was these token cards, and we covered Akiza's token card especially multiple times on the channel when it was like $5-6. Now there's 19 listings left, and its price point is around $16 and above. That's kind of wild. So it's tripled in price, and if you actually listened to Market Watch early when we were covering Infinite Forbidden, you definitely saw yourself profit on this. Huge. So hopefully you picked up a few copies, because now you're definitely seeing the price point in your favor, and I can only see it going up from here, especially since these boxes were hard to come by. One, because they're only available at Walmart, and two, we got the structure that coming out with Black Rose Dragon and Akiza. The support cards for all that is coming out, so this is just going to keep on getting higher. So it's definitely going to be something for us to keep our eye on and cover in the next few weeks as well. Song of the Dominators, this one's going up obviously with the new Dominus cards coming out, and we're expecting even more Dominus cards to come out in the future. This is just going kind of crazy in the market. We're at 150 right now. So sky's the limit, right? Sky's the limit. So if you have this one and you're not using it, I would sell it. If you need it, good luck. Hopefully you bought it early, man. A lot of times we try to cover these cards when they're cheap, and man, this was a pretty cheap card. So it's nice to see this one increasing in price, but damn, 150, was not even expecting that myself. We're seeing Kirikara go up in price. So if you are looking to sell off your copy, maybe now might be the best time while it's up there in price. But yeah, this one is definitely going up. Listings are being bought out, and it's a nice price point if you do have it laying around. Tuning is seeing itself increase in price in the QCR market. No surprise with the structure deck coming out, we're seeing this one increase in price. Synchro's getting some love, and of course Tuning will be getting some love alongside with it. We're expecting this to hit around $10 plus, especially since, again, it's hovering around that price point anyways, and I'm expecting it to at least be as high as $15 within the next few weeks. So just keep that in mind as you're moving forward. The Black Goat Labs. Okay, let's talk about a little bit about reprints, because I'm expecting some reprints to happen here, and I'm expecting the Black Goat Labs to be a reprinted card in the Megatins this year. So whether it be revealed to us or leaked or whatever happens, I'm expecting the Black Goat Labs to be in the Megatins this year. I'd be surprised if it does get missed. Iron Thunder is another one that I'm keeping my eye on, because I see this one getting reprinted as well. It started to increase in price on the last few weeks, especially. We've been talking about this card for months on end, especially when Phantom Nightmare came out, and nice to see it actually doing what I thought it would do, which is increase in price. But again, it's one of those cards that's probably going to get reprinted in the Megatins. I'm no financial advisor. I don't have a crystal ball, but a lot of times when you see or you look at certain cards, you have a gut feeling that a lot of these cards probably would get reprinted in the Megatins. Again, there's no guarantee to any of these things I'm saying. This is just my prediction, but it's also predictions that we also base off a lot of years past, that what Konami likes to do is given to a lot of players in terms of seeing some of the high price cards and putting them into the Megatins. Now, not every card will be reprinted into the Megatins, so just keep that in mind, as some cards that are not reprinted into the Megatins may actually spike up even higher not seeing a reprint as well. So, right now it's kind of laying low some of these prices because it could be even higher. But knowing that the megatons are coming out, some of these cards are like kind of like being steady, kind of on the low end, kind of. It doesn't want to increase too much, and people don't want to increase it too much. So, we'll see what happens after the megatons, especially for those that get missed, right? Phoenix Requiem is another card that I'm expecting to get reprinted in the megatons. This was hovering around $14-15, and I'm expecting it to continue to go up. Red Lowe's King Flame Prime is another one. This was increasing in price as well. We saw it from around $7, and then it started to increase and go kind of crazy. And we're seeing the price point hover around $15 right now, so just keep that in mind as well. But again, another card we're expecting to get reprinted. So if you do have a lot of these cards, I personally would tell you sell off, because I've sold off a lot of my copies because I'm expecting a lot of these to get reprinted in the megatons. Lacrima is another one. It's so funny. I remember this being like $1 or $2. Well, let's look back on the history of this card. Yeah, I remember this being so cheap, right? Like $4-3, whatever it was so cheap. No one thought this would go up in price. And then, it's funny because I talked about this card a lot, saying, it probably would go up in price. It's definitely being undervalued. A lot of stuff in Rage of the Abyss was being undervalued at its time. And then we just saw the breakout in price from every single secret in this set just break out in incredible prices. And this one right now is hovering around $17. I'm expecting it to get reprinted as well. And we'll see what happens, right? But a lot of these cards are probably going to see itself get reprinted in the megatons. Again, we'll have some misses here and there, but for the most part, we probably will see that in the megatons as well. Prime Reload is a funny one, right? This is another funny card. And I say funny because it just got reprinted in Monster Mayhem, right? However, if it gets missed in the megatons, I can see this going up further. If it gets reprinted, obviously the price will come down. But if it gets missed, I can see this price going up a little higher. I think a lot of people are kind of wary that it could still be reprinted again, because Konami is known to do that, to reprint something and then reprint it right back again in the next set that comes out, or next product that comes out. So that's why I think people are a little fearful, and every right to be fearful in that regard as well. But with that being said, if it does get missed, I think this price point will go up on Prime Literally Load. The last thing we're talking about in today's market watch is Vanquish. So, a lot of people have been messaging me on Instagram. A lot of people have been messaging in the conversation about Vanquish. So, in the YouTube comments and just posts I've made. And the funniest thing is that you guys have to keep in mind, last year, a lot of the Vanquish Soul stuff was reprinted, and you didn't capitalize on it when it was under $1. So there's a lot of them that got reprinted. Stake Your Soul is another one that's not on here, but did get reprinted as well. All were pretty much under $2-3, and now when they're above $30+, we're crying, right? I get it. I understand the cries, but at the same time, it was very cheap to begin with. I don't expect Konami to reprint this again. I would be surprised if they do. I would be surprised if they even reprinted one of these Vanquish Soul cards. However, I know they're trying to sell these tins, so they may be kind enough to reprint one of these Vanquish Soul cards, that being maybe Raisin, Stake Your Soul, maybe they go with Burger, but I don't know. I can't tell you for guarantee that they would go that direction. Maybe they would reprint a different Vanquish Soul card, but honestly, I don't hold your breath too much, everybody. I don't think they would go that direction, reprinting a lot of these Vanquish Soul cards, even one of them. But again, I know they're trying to sell these tins, and they're trying to give into the community just a little bit. Again, they already knew what cards they were going to reprint in these tins like months ago. So, you got to keep that in mind as well. I know there could be changes here and there, but at the same time, I don't know if those changes would be Vanquish Soul in the tins. So just keep that all in mind. I know a lot of people are expecting Vanquish Soul to be in the tins. Again, I would be surprised if they do it again in the tins this year. Would people be happy? 100%. Would I be happy? 100%. I like when people get access to things and it's more affordable. But again, it was affordable last year. It just got, raised back up in price again because it became very relevant once again, and it got bought out, right? So that's why we see the price increase and everyone's screaming for a reprint now. So just, I get it, but at the same time, again, it was available, it was accessible at one point. So, you can't blame Konami too much, as it was something that they did reprint only last year. So, that's about it for today's Market Watch. Make sure to definitely enter today's giveaway. It's an entire case of the new Megatins coming out. You don't want to miss out on that one. I appreciate all the support, all the love that we've been getting. Hope you guys enjoyed Market Watch today. Please let me know what you think in the comment section down below, whether you liked it, what I missed, all your opinions, all your thoughts. But that's about it for today's Market Watch. Thank you again for watching. Please subscribe and comment, and peace out, YouTube.